So besides cataracts, what about glaucoma? That's another thing we wanted to talk about as well. First of all, what
Yes.
is glaucoma, this word, which in itself, just the word sounds so daunting.
Well, it is.
Glaucoma. You know.
And very concerning. I actually have a friend who developed glaucoma, and she's not, that old. And to think that, that can happen, yes, in a younger woman, absolutely. And that's the increase of the pressure in the eye. And I think, oh, great, we can take a look at this here. So with normal pressure in the eye, we all have something called the aqueous humor. So this is the fluid that's in the eyes. And in a normal eye, which we can see here, that everything is healthy, the light concentrates, we don't have that buildup. So in the glaucoma, we start to have a buildup of that aqueous humor fluid. And what happens now is that causes that internal pressure. It's a closed system, so that internal pressure is now pressing on the optic nerve. And of course, the optic nerve, which we shared just a few moments ago, is at the back of the eye. And this is where the brain now gets that signal. And really important to know that with that increased pressure, now that brain is not getting that proper signal and is having difficulty with the vision. And often this goes undetected until you have, your examination with your eye doctor, and lo and behold, you have this increased pressure. So there's usually no pain associated with this, but it can have that negative effect on the vision as this gets worse. So yes, it is possible to have a preventative aspect. And one of the herbal medicines, bilberry, is really helpful for that pressure in the eye, which is fantastic. And that's a herb that you can take either as a tea or in a concentrated form in a supplement, which is really, really an important thing to do. And I always say prevention is better than cure. So you don't want to wait until you go to your eye doctor and he gives you or she gives you the diagnosis that you have that increased pressure in the eyes. No, you don't want to wait until that happens. So certainly as a preventative standpoint, that's why taking care of your diet, make sure you're getting the lutein and the zeaxanthin, you're eating all the healthy raw fruits and vegetables that are loaded with these nutrients, but also taking sometimes a supplement, which certainly you can from a whole food source, to really make sure that you're inundating your body with these antioxidants from that prevention standpoint.
Right, let's switch over to pets. I'm not talking just about lizards who replace their tail. I'm talking about everyday household pets. Should we be concerned for them also, Dr. Janine?
Oh, absolutely. And this is when we're talking about eye health. Certainly, we always want to protect the lens and the other parts of our pet's eyes. So whether this is dogs or cats or, other animals as well, certainly. And this is, something that we can from a preventative standpoint. So there are pet supplements out there that are very targeted and specific for the health of our pets' eyes. And much like, the lutein is good for our human eyes, absolutely the same is true for our pets as well. So we can't forget about the pets. And if you do have a pet and you're honored and have the ability to take care of a pet, then they can't tell us that they can't see. And often I've spoken to a lot of people that have said, oh, my cat or my dog has started to refrain from going to certain parts of the house or maybe going up and down stairs, and it's not because of the joints, but it's actually a vision problem. And this is maybe something that you wouldn't necessarily relate to the vision, but it is possible. It's something certainly that your vet is looking out for in terms of symptomatology, but you may not always put the two and two together. So make sure that you get your pet's eyes checked, but also more importantly from a preventative standpoint that you're feeding them. Maybe it is a pet supplement that they need with the lutein and the zeaxanthin, and some of those concentrated herbs are actually good for the pet size as well.
What's great about this show too is that Q&A, questions with natural answers, with Dr. Janine, and remember to follow her on Instagram at Dr. Janine, spell it all out, DoctorJanine, is that Dr. Janine doesn't have to just speak in sound bites here. Here we can get a little bit more deeper, a lot more deeper into the issue actually.